The people on X, the people on Twitter are very upset. More specifically, the Fortnite community, again, are upset with Epic Games because they have changed their company's slogan from Be Epic to Join the Metaverse. As you can think about it, as it's probably not hard to imagine, the Fortnite community went absolutely crazy about it. We're going to take a look at a bunch of replies to a tweet that went a little bit viral in the community, and I would love to know what you guys think about the whole situation down below afterwards. We're going to take a look at tweets. I'm going to reply to them, and again, please let me know what you think in the comments. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get started, and it's important to note before we actually take a look at these tweets, guys, there is absolutely no hate from my end. Absolutely no hate, okay? I wanted to take a look at a lot because I'm going to be disagreeing with quite a few things on here. No hate. I love the conversation. I love that we can make a video and talk in the comments down below. It's what it's all about. I just hope nobody takes this as hate from my end because, again, happy to have the conversation, okay? Just need you guys to understand that. I tried to take interesting tweets and replies through this because there were a lot of, oh my god, I hate Tim Sweeney. Actually, people posting pictures of Tim Sweeney and just talking how much they hate this guy or they hope this guy dies and talking about how, oh my god, Epic Games is done. Fortnite's cooked, you know, the typical tweets. I didn't take any of those. I don't remember exactly what I took. Maybe there's a couple as an example. But anyways, let's get started by a username of NotJulesDev, and this is the tweet that really kicked it all off. Epic Games has rumoredly changed their slogan to experience the metaverse. And when applying for a job at Epic, instead of saying be Epic, it now says join the metaverse. Also, Fortnite is no longer advertised as a BR, it's now a meta platform. What do you think of this? I think that is a long time coming. We know this is Epic Games' vision, and I'm not upset about it personally. But anyways, this is one of the tweets that was, this is one of the X's I should start getting used to saying. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that, to be honest with you. This is an example tweet that a lot of people have been saying, and there's one little extra part to it. I don't want a metaverse, I want my casual video game back. Does anything stand out there to you? Does anything stand out from this tweet? You see a lot of people talk about it. My casual video game. My being the keyword. Me, my. Something that this community needs to understand. And you know what? I understand that this tweet could just be saying that, like, they don't actually think it's their game, right? Nobody really thinks that. But it's important to note that this is a free game. It is a privilege to play this game. And you really have no say about it. You don't. This is something that the community needs to understand. Everybody talking about how they would do Fortnite or like, this is ridiculous, Epic Games, this is unacceptable. Like, you have absolutely no say. My casual video game. Or how about, I want to play a casual video game. Go try to play a different casual video game. There's nothing you can do. Epic Games is allowed to do what they want with their company. I understand. I'm not attacking the username, and it's Makunjiro. I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are saying stuff like that, and I don't think it's right anyway. So let's take a look at another tweet. I can't wait for all of the Metaverse, UEFN, you know, to backfire Epic Games, and then they're stuck at a point of no return. This is also something that everybody has been talking about. Everybody's been talking about how Epic Games is killing Fortnite. Tim Sweeney is killing Fortnite. The downfall of Fortnite is going to be UEFN. The community seems to think that Epic Games has already killed Fortnite. It's ridiculous. We have been saying the exact same things, just adding another word to it, Metaverse. We've been saying the same thing since Chapter 1, Season 5. Do you guys forget how awful the state of Fortnite was in Chapter 2, Season 1? Literally, people have been saying it since Chapter 1, Season 5, every single season, with the exception of maybe Season 9. The entire Fortnite has never been this low thing. It's been since Chapter 1, Season 5. When are people going to realize that this game is going nowhere? It's the exact same things everybody's been talking about, except you are adding one thing to it, that being Metaverse. Half the player base almost is playing creative. Like, this is a good thing for Epic Games. BR might get stale one day. A lot of people are tired of BR. A lot of people are tired of the experience. And again, almost half the player base is playing creative. So a lot of people are taking this and can't wait for the Metaverse to just blow up in Epic Games' face. It's not going to happen, ever. It's not. There's no way. Anyways, let's take a look at another tweet by the username of DylanTGFN. I do think it's crazy how disproportionately nobody likes the Metaverse concept except for the greedy XX and businessmen who do not care at all for the effect it has on platforms they develop on. They do realize their plan won't work, right? They know that, right? Again, the same kind of thing you see. a lot of people who have no say and know nothing about business seem to have this opinion, and there's a copy and paste opinion that you're seeing all over the place, right? People don't think for themselves. I'm not saying this is one of them. It's potentially one of them, but you get the point that I'm saying. A lot of people read something, oh, Epic Games is dying, the metaverse is gonna work. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna roll with. That's legitimately how people think, by the way. But anyways, here's the thing, and this is another reply that we're gonna take a look at, okay? Nobody likes the metaverse concept except for the greedy businessmen. Again, almost half the player base is playing different games in the metaverse. Maybe you don't like it, maybe the people around you don't like it, but the numbers don't lie. I don't know what else to say to that. It's not going to blow up. Their plan is going to work, and this is what Fortnite is becoming. Let's take a look at another reply. Oh, and excuse me, I should have looked at this earlier. My apologies. Dylan had a little bit more to say. Until the end of Fortnite, Battle Royale will be the most popular mode 100% of the time and always. Red versus Blue and pit style maps will always be at the top of discovery and be what people play in creative. Not a Disney Metaverse experience. It just isn't going to happen. They need to understand their roots are their roots. Pandering to a community of people that is so small it hardly exists is a doomed to fail business model that's laughably stupid to pursue. Sorry for the rant, but God, what the hell are they doing? Again, doomed to fail. A lot of people talking about, and I would imagine, and from what it seems, let's say Dylan's a graduate of business, okay? Maybe Dylan knows what he's talking about, but so many people in this community have no idea what they're talking about. Nobody knows anything about business, and they know so much more than Tim Sweeney. That idiot, Tim Sweeney. It's unbelievable to me. The ego of people, man. But anyways, I don't know if necessarily Red versus Blue and pit maps are going to be the most popular, always be at the top. I think when Unreal Engine Fortnite gets into a place where we can actually create Battle Royale experiences, look what Cypher PK is making. I don't remember what it's called, but stuff like that. When giant creators end up making actual Battle Royale modes, and I would imagine at some point we're going to be allowed to play different maps of the actual Fortnite BR, and probably every season, you know, I would imagine we'll probably get to that point, and that's definitely going to take over. But the problem is, this user also had to say, pandering to a community of people that is so small it hardly exists, that it's just incorrect. It's just incorrect. Yeah, Battle Royale will probably forever be their most popular mode. Yeah, and it's still going to be around. People are acting like Battle Royale is dead, man. It's absolutely crazy. But anyways, Hypex wanted to chime in and had this to say. I think the game would have been in a really rough place without UEFN and collabs and their effects on Battle Royale, which is the metaverse they're referring to as far as I understand, unless I'm missing something. And we've seen many games that fell off for being the same after years, excluding CS and League of Legends, which are pure competitive games. I also think it's a really good sign that people's biggest concerns with the game right now are not having good item shops to spend their own money on and the locker UI. Very good point by Hypex. There is a few things that could be fixed in Battle Royale, but at the end of the day, people do forget that this is a decent season. It's not my favorite season, don't get me wrong, but I think Battle Royale is in a pretty good place. I personally still don't like the attachments and all that stuff, but still, I've been having a blast playing the game. We just had so much fun with the LTM, Floor is Lava, and Pandora's Box, but everybody's TikTok brains already forgets about that. I need more. I need more. I need more. I can't play the same thing. But Battle Royale, I do believe, is in a good place. What Hypex had to say, it's a really good thing if the biggest problem right now is some rarity changes in the locker. Well, the locker UI is a huge problem in my opinion, but it's, out of all the problems we could have with Fortnite, I think it's a pretty good problem to have. But I actually like what he had to say here. I'll read it to you again. I think the game would have been in a really rough place without UEFN and collabs and their effects on Battle Royale, which is the metaverse they're referring to as far as I can understand. So that's actually true because they've been doing it since what, Chapter 2 Season 5. Even before that, they've been bringing the collabs. So we know this has been Fortnite's plan for a long time, and technically they have been introducing the metaverse for a long time with all of the collabs. Remember when everybody back in the day, the first collab, everybody was happy with Thanos, but as soon as more collabs started coming, everybody's like, oh my god, what is this? Ad night? You know, we've been through it. We've been through it all before, man. People just forget. Anyways, there was a reply to this tweet, which I found interesting. A user by the name of Astro Ivada had this to say to Hypex. I think it's more so just the fact that Epic Games read Tim Sweeney doesn't understand, or more likely refuses to understand and doesn't care that Fortnite's main appeal is being a third-person shooter, hence why BR, Save the World, and Red vs. Blue PvP maps are the most popular. Hypex responded to that. I get what you're saying, but BR is still right there for the people who play it, and it's still receiving a lot of attention from Epic by making it the gateway for most collabs and dropping 70-day long seasons with 0 delays. And I also think that Red vs. Blue in the pit are just oh man, I did not realize there was more to this, and it's a screenshot. I'm very sorry. We're not gonna get the rest of Hypex's tweet. L streamer Kyle, I'm very sorry about that. But anyways, you get the point of what Hypex is saying. What Astro had to say was what so many people are saying. Tim Sweeney doesn't understand, or more likely refuses to understand and doesn't care. Guys, Tim Sweeney isn't an idiot. He's in the spot that he's in for a reason. Fortnite is majorly successful, and it's not even the only thing Epic Games has done. I don't understand. As soon as somebody hears billion-dollar company or billion, I'm not even saying, like, yeah, billionaire too, but somebody in the position of Tim Sweeney, just because they're in charge of something or just because they're powerful does not mean they're evil. Tim Sweeney doesn't hate you. Tim Sweeney doesn't hate the Fortnite community. I don't understand how you can just look at people and say that. Again, people who are experts at business. Create your own game, man, if you're so smart. Like, I don't mean, again, and this is what was important to talk about in the beginning of the video. I'm not attacking the tweets. Or the people who posted the tweets. I find it's very interesting conversation. But the general community online, man, share this opinion. If you know so much, if you're so talented, you can always go on and make your own game. And I understand you might be at a time of your life where you're a kid right now, but still, Hypex is right. Battle Royale is right there. If you don't want to play any of their games, it's simple. Don't play it. Just like the people who always talk about Fortnite being dead. If you don't like Fortnite right now, don't play it. It's that simple. If Fortnite is your life, you know what? It's an exception for streamers, full-time streamers. But if Fortnite is your life, you have a little bit of a problem. It's a video game. Anyways, Clark Clint, we love Clark Clint on the channel, had this to say, which I actually, what's funny is when I was gathering these tweets, I read this and I was like, yeah, that's what I had in mind. Why do we always default to the greedy business executive attack every time Epic does something we don't like? How does that help for the conversation in any way? How does that make your point sound any more rational? It's exactly true. It's exactly true. Except Clark is still wanting to hear rational conversation from people. I'm coming from a point of there is no rational conversation with these people. And of course, somebody like Astro who replied probably is trying to have a rational conversation. Just, I don't mean to be disrespectful, a little bit misled, you know what I mean? Coming kind of had probably influenced by different opinions they've read online, but there is no rational communication with this community. We've tried it time and time again. It doesn't exist. There's no way, but it's exactly true. Why do we always default to the greedy businessman attack? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's continue on. A user by the name of Code Aish, and I apologize for pronouncing that wrong, had this to say. Honestly, most of Fortnite Twitter forgets that 99% of the player base just plays. Most players do not care about something like this as long as they can play and have fun. This is something that everybody needs to remember. Everybody online sits and acts like that everybody in the world hates the metaverse, hates all these new modes, when in reality, all of these modes have plays on them. You want to talk about Lego, rocket racing, whatever it may be. Festival has plays. All these creative maps that nobody likes has all of these players for a reason. People like playing them. I'll use even like, I'm sure you know somebody in your life that does enjoy some sort of creative maps. My dad, for example, likes playing this game that I've never played called Zombie Horde Survival. I think that's what it's called. It's a creative map I've never heard of. My dad plays it at least once a day. When he goes to play Battle Royale, he goes and warms up with the zombie survival game. People like these maps. 90% of the player base is happy. The people who come online to complain, nobody comes online really to appreciate Epic Games. That's why I appreciate guys when they actually come out and talk positively about Epic Games, because people, the only time they go online and reply to Fortnite is if they have something negative to play. If you're happy, content, and happy to play a game, and honestly, a normal person, you're just coming on and playing the game. I'm not saying everybody online is not a normal person, but you certainly see the types. Anyways, Restro piped in and had this to say. The cons of Fortnite becoming Metaverse certainly outweigh the benefits that come of it. And honestly, each time I see Fortnite and the word Metaverse together, it always irks me. Here's a couple of the cons Fortnite turning into a platform Metaverse. Over 1,000 employees were laid off, entire game UI is absolutely butchered, discovery's still a mess, UEFN creators are extremely overpaid, which led to the layoffs. There's many more negatives that come from Fortnite turning into a platform, but yes, there's pros too. We got Lego Fortnite, Rocket Racing, Festival, more collabs, etc. However, these collabs and their enjoyment in Fortnite only last for so long. The long-term changes, such as the layoffs, The corporate and convoluted mess of UI, terrible discovery moderation will have a greater effect of the game and its longevity than collabs ever will. Tim Sweeney's version of the metaverse is severely flawed, and it's turning Fortnite into something it's not and never will be. Again, like we just talked about, in reality, 99% of the player base is just coming on and playing. The things that you mentioned, I am still on Hypex's side with this. If this is the big problem that we have, it's a good problem. I would still prefer to not have the problem, but you know what? In the grand scheme of things, we could be having the worst Battle Royale season of all time. Entire game UI, absolutely butchered. Discovery still a mess. UEFN creators are... I will talk about that in a second. But those two, that's two of the four things, the two of the biggest cons. Again, not a bad problem to have. For the layoffs, we don't know the internal reasons for why these employees have been laid off. Everybody acts like it's just Tim Sweeney hating people and going, ha ha ha, I can make some more money. Everybody loses their job. Like, we don't know. We don't know, and we likely never will know. For UEFN creators being overpaid, I don't like this as well. I mean, by that, I mean, I don't like when people talk about this, because it's mostly people just being upset that they're not getting a share of it. They don't like, in reality, guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, okay? Unless you actually have friends at Epic Games that were laid off, yeah, I feel bad for people. I hate the fact that people lose their jobs. But everybody online's acting like they actually lose sleep over it. You're not fooling me. Everybody likes to act all high and mighty online and how they really, really feel for all of these people and just want to see people have their jobs. People care about Fortnite more than the employees. Hate to break it to you. Restro, I'm not saying that about Restro. Again, it's important to say that I'm not attacking these people. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule, but all of these people talking about the layoffs and why they're attacking Tim Sweeney's because they care so much about these developers, I feel bad for their families. I do. But it's not affecting my life, and I refuse to go online and just pretend like it is. All these people are talking about like they're really losing sleep over it. You're not fooling me, man. You're not fooling me at all. Anyways, I want to take a look at another tweet by the username of Toaster. In all fairness, on average, one more thing. Don't take what I said out of context. I'm sorry. I understand that could have been a little bit harsh, but that's the reality of the situation. I hope nothing but the best for their families. It's always sad to hear when somebody gets laid off, okay? I ask that you just don't take me out of context in that sense. Anyways, sorry, what I was saying with Toaster. In all fairness, on average, 40-50% of Fortnite players are not in the Battle Royale modes. Instead, they are in the newly introduced game modes as well as creative experiences. This has also been increasing, with the last year being 20-30% in creative experiences, new game modes not yet introduced. I think the whole Metaverse concept has kept the game alive. New collaborations, mythics, and features for UEFN to keep Fortnite thriving, in my opinion. This is exactly true. In reality, these numbers are real. 40-50% of the player base are not playing Battle Royale. If it continues and this gets up to over 50%, what are these people going to say then? Because it's irrefutable that people, like, everybody's like, they need to go back to the roots or this game's going to die. But over 50% of the player base is scattered across creative. How do you explain that one? That's probably coming, to be honest with you. And again, Unreal Engine is evolving more and more every day. More fun things are going to be introduced. I personally can't wait for Fall Guys. I love Fall Guys. Nobody plays Fall Guys. People play Fortnite. and knowing Fortnite and Epic Games, they'll make it function enough. I know it's just an example, but I love creative. There's a lot of people who love creative. There's a silent majority of people who are okay with the rate that Epic Games is at right now, who are okay with the game, and that's so important to note. You can't get your idea skewed or your mindset shifted by what you read online. You have to think for yourself. The numbers are right in front of you. Are there a lot of problems with Fortnite right now? Absolutely. I'm upset about the locker myself. That kind of hurts my experience playing the game. I loved cosmetics in Fortnite, and now I could care less. As Hypex said, it's a very good problem to have. At the end of the day, another thing that people need to remember is that there is no reason to get all bent out of shape because Fortnite, Epic Games, changed their slogan to join the Metaverse. It's accurate to what they're doing. There's nothing wrong with it. You have absolutely no say. It is not your game, and you don't have to play Fortnite. There are a lot of things that I would change. If I don't like it, I just won't play it. I have no say. It's not my game. I can voice my opinions, but this community doesn't do that. They don't do that. They need to realize the reality of the situation that we're in. Tim Sweeney isn't evil. Epic Games isn't evil. And it is absolutely ridiculous to believe that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like to check out another Twitter drama video, check it out on screen right here. I will see you either there or in the next one, guys. Take care.